now
let's get it. Let's get him answered. Get back to YouTube. we had to bump Randall again. Randall's been bumped like 24 times. I never took that many bumps in wrestling.
Hello,
John Cosper.
Yes, sir.
Kenny Casanova just spent about 20 minutes just shitting all over you.
Of course he
said,
did.
Said he writes better books than you. He's a better ghostwriter than you. Couldn't believe you turned me down on my book. Couldn't believe you did David Schultz's book ahead of me. You got other projects going. You contacted me today wanting me to put you in contact with somebody else that wanted a book. And I told Casanova I'm going to let you have it because you didn't agree to write how Kenny Bolin lost 245 pounds of ugly fat the day I got rid of Jimmy Cornette. You wouldn't help me write that book. All because you're friends with that little Maya takeover.
Hey, buddy, I'm Switzerland here. I lay low. I keep out of it.
Cosper,
I'm not worried about. The only folks I'm not worried about are the Fed or the E or whatever they're called now, because those guys are trying to rewrite history in their image, and I'm not having any part of that.
There
but
you
other
go.
than that, I'm back and I'm here, and I want. You never know who you're going to need a story from somewhere.
You're right, and one of these days you might need one of mine. And Cosper is Switzerland. He don't want heat from nobody.
Oh, you know how I feel about Switzerland, don't you?
If you don't, he will. We went to YouTube. Was you aware we switched to YouTube because Facebook has been a debacle fuck up all day long?
No, I did not hear that. No, sir.
Yeah, they're making my books look bad. My books. They're making my
your
microphones.
book already looks bad.
Yeah, the book already looks like bad. I got 6 covers though.
That's not my fault. I didn't do the cover.
You didn't do the covers. You did all
the atrocious storytelling on the inside that you can blame me for that all day.
You did all the sheet between the covers. All the sheet. Did I say the sheet? I have not drinking one drink of your liquor.
He's more drunk than me.
I think I am. I'm just airtime drunk right now.
Yeah, he's drunk from all the entertainment. He entertains himself. I mean, if his internet went out, he would still do live shows just so he could entertain himself.
Just so I could entertain myself.
Y'all would never see it, and he would just crack himself.
That was my number one criticism at OVW. Danny said, "You just sit out there to pop yourself." He says, "You and Dean just do shit, and then I see y'all leaning off camera laughing at each other because we would try to crack the other one up." And the whole show was just me and Dean popping each other and trying to pop the boys in the back. We didn't give a fuck what the TV audience thought.
Yeah, I wish I had never found out because y'all are having an influence on me, and I start doing it in class.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I tried to pop myself in my statistics class, making fun of Babe Ruth, and that's an old ass reference that nobody gets.
Tell Thomas Robinson III that he can call us on Messenger. He's going to close the show with me if Russo no-shows me. At 11:45, so we're gonna try.
Okay, you talk to Cosper, and I'll try to type this up on your ginormous ass keyboard.
That is one of the tiniest keyboards I've ever had.
This thing is so heavy.
Well, hang on.
I'm not seeing the video. Let me move this.
There we go. Are the microphones still? The mic.
Cosper, we're losing it. We're done.
All right, we got to go back to YouTube.
You're gonna have to commit us after
Cosper
this.
might have some questions. Let's go back to YouTube.
Why would he not ask them just in the phone? Why would he type the questions?
No, the fans might have questions.
You just said Cosper would have a question.
Well, don't do what I say. Do what I meant. Don't do
it looks like the dog has a question for me. The answer is no, I don't have a treat for him.
They're both sacked out right now is what they're doing. Look at that. Look,
maybe I'm looking at an old
Look at that little angel. This is the first time today he hasn't been gnawing on Maya's arm. And then the cows over. See the cow? There's the cow. Do you see the cow? There's the cow laying over there.
I must have an old. I must have an old feed then. So I'm seeing her playing with the dog. There.
Yeah, you got an old feed.
Oh, playing with the dog. It wasn't quite playing. The dog was attacking.
No,
me.
it was attacking her.
There's something up there on the counter the dog wants. So.
Oh God,
I know
how that goes.
You know what?
I've got 2 of them that are pint sized, and when they want something, they let me know it. So.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Because you asked me to type up a question,
for Thomas Robinson.
Oh, man.
You type like I do. I could have sent this one already.
You told me to go back to the comments.
All right, we'll go. Tell him. We'll call him on Messenger. God damn, I could have fucking done it. Yeah, you.
Cosper, I don't know what made me think that I could spend 12 hours with this motherfucker.
You suck. Well, you haven't. You've been gone most of the day.
You married Chris. You married his dad. So,
I hope. Yeah, you got that right. I hope
you had the chance. You met him before.
She didn't have to go through with it, did she?
She got to regretted Chris. Now we're getting both of them.
Yeah, I would say this if there's certain guys I could just listen and tell stories all day, and I'd put you in that category. I'd put the proprietor of Castle Cornet in that category, and I don't know if you got to catch Rock Riddle on Friday night holding court at COVID Con, but I
didn't. Who did the best job, him or me, on the COVID Con show?
Oh, well, of course you did.
Thank you. Well, that's what I've been saying all day, and even though I didn't see anyone else's shows.
You certainly had the finest exit. It was a definite.
What was my exit?
People do love seeing you.
Oh, yeah, they muted me. They closed me out. They muted me because I said to bump.
I consider that
I politely asked them to bump the next guy. I said, I'm on fire. The people do not want me to leave. Even though I don't know what the fuck the people were saying.
You really are similar to Trump.
I hate to pull the curtain back on this, because he got bumped off. They pushed Pat LaPrade on. They cut his mic off and sent him off while he's sitting there flipping the moderator off on the camera. And as soon as he's off, he checks me and he's like, "That was great."
He says they muted you. It said your microphone has been muted. It lights up on the screen. I looked at the co-host and went,
"Oh, I love that.
Son of a bitch." Oh, did you see that message?
I told him to stay away from his fucking.
You did.
I've said fucking. At this point, I can say bitches. But I told him 12 hours. You can make it 12 hours, just one day without them.
You said
and
worse.
He swore, he's like, look, I've alerted all of them to leave me the fuck alone for 12 hours.
She hasn't had a signal for several days.
So why don't you tell her now to leave you alone?
Well, because I don't like hurt people's feelings.
Well, just tell her you're busy. That doesn't hurt nobody's feelings.
Didn't you see me crying last night through the peril that Scooby was going through? Yeah. And his head stuck in the fence and everything. Poor little dog. Look at him over there. Is he like, somebody, make sure he's breathing. Make sure Scooby's breathing.
Charlie Brown worried about his poor sneakers.
You know what? You know what I was terrified about today? I thought Scooby had sudden death. What's that? SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. I thought Scooby had sudden death because when I woke up, he's laying under my belly, and I thought I'd smothered the poor guy. I look around, I said Scooby, so I'm petting his ass, and I keep petting, and there's no head.
But you didn't get off of him. You're still staying on him,
and there's no head. He had buried his head underneath my
That's
stomach.
Like that time you fell on Two Cow. Do you remember that?
Yeah, you couldn't find him.
This is a shoot, y'all.
That was
This is about 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 years ago.
And 250 pounds ago, we might add.
He was very, very big, and he could hardly walk. He's walking like a fat mummy. I mean,
a fat mummy. We're telling fat mummy jokes now. What the fuck?
Now I've got an image of Kenny all wrapped up in toilet paper.
May as well.
You wondered where the toilet paper went.
He's wearing sunglasses.
That's where all the toilet paper went.
Why not?
That's where all the toilet paper went, making me look like a mummy.
So we're coming home, and it's pretty late at night, so we only have the porch light. Everything else is dark. And Two Cow comes out. Of course, he has very dark fur. He's completely black all the way through. So we can hardly see him as he runs into the yard, and there's no street lights. So Kenny runs up the porch, He hobbles up the porch, and Two Cow's running in circles around him. He's so excited.
He is.
And I turn around, and suddenly I hear flop.
Now, wait a minute. How did he get out?
We opened the door.
Of course, you all
I was already on the porch.
You all beat me up the steps, so he knocks everybody down to get to me. It's the only time he misses me is when I'm gone.
So he's running circles around Kenny because he missed him like that.
He did.
And then I hear flop. Kenny is flat on his face, man.
When you say you heard flop, people at Speedway heard flop. That's goddamn big back then.
Boom, boom. And I turned around.
I think Cosper fell off his bicycle in Indiana. It was such an impact.
And I turn around and I can't see Two Cow, and I just go, he killed Two Cow.
And Two Cow's nowhere to be seen. Well, she thought I was laying on him. Well, he ran so quick. He went and hid somewhere. So, yeah, Scooby, it wasn't you. I would have killed Scooby, the snow dog.
Yeah.
So he thankfully had just run into the bushes out of fear. But I mean, I was almost in tears.
He thought he had heat because he thought he made me fall.
Yeah, he did.
So like when Scooby when Scooby and Two Cow knocked over that briefcase and dresser, Scooby runs 100 miles an hour into the kitchen. He realizes there's nowhere to hide in the kitchen. He says, "I've fucked up." The next thing he knows, Scooby is running 400 miles an hour from the kitchen to the living room to the bedroom to the bathroom and hid in the bathtub because he knew he had heat for knocking over the briefcase and the dresser that it sits on. So Scooby knows when he's got heat. Now, what he would have done that day, I don't know. Scooby would have went next door and moved in. He would not.
By the way, we have some good news here. Chris Schmidt just alerted us that restaurants are opening on May 22nd in Kentucky. And guess what's on May 23rd?
Your birthday.
Indeed. So
Well,
I'll finally get to go to a restaurant for my birthday.
Well, they're probably going to cut it back to 10 visitors per normal 60. So we probably you don't realize what the list is going to be to get on a. It's going to be like eating at Ruth's
we got to
Chris.
wait
I'm
and
calling
see how
now.
this actually goes. I mean, in 2 weeks, you can see a spike and everybody can be backtracking. So
That's true. That's true.
We're certainly taking it easy and step by step over
Thanks
here.
for being the
I'll tell you that,
pessimist and
so.
shitting on my birthday. It's just what I
You
needed.
just shit on Maya's birthday, May 23rd. Get up and call in now. Order your presents. Maya, what's on your wish list on Amazon?
I'd have to bring it up, but one of the things that is on my wish list is a perfume.
Did Cosper
by
go
Toka.
over? Check the book. Did Cosper go over? I think he did.
Well, I'm not sure if he went over, but I'm sick of him.
You
Shall we
on
say
my...
goodnight then? Or?
I don't
No,
know
you're
yet.
Should I make a dramatic entrance like, bump the next guy? Bump him.
I begged him to bump
Well,
the next guy.
Actually,
I'm better
if
than
we
him.
could
Come
take
on.
these 9 minutes to get Randall Harper in here,
Yeah.
finally, because at 10 p.m. we got a very, very
We got a
special
very
guest.
now.
that we can't bump.
Who was scheduled? Is there anybody scheduled other than Randall Harper?
No, that was Kenny Casanova, and we already had him.
we got him on her. Okay, well, we're going to get Randall Harper in and give him his last 9 minutes. Thank you for calling in. Where are you taking Maya for her birthday now that you got heat?
We'll take. Where else do we go these days? The drive-thru.
Yeah,
I'll tell you,
know,
there
right?
is a Cuban place out on Bardstown Road that I finally got to try on the way to Ohio Valley, and it's one of the best Cuban sandwiches I've had in a while. So
I gotta say, if you're
I
ever,
recommend that place.
Yeah,
I don't know the name of it. It's in front of an El Caporal out there, but
I'll look
good
for
stuff.
it. If you're ever, and this is probably far away from you, but if you're in the Highlands and you go to Value Mart, they have, for whatever reason, they got sandwiches for like $5.99. I got one once to go to class. I showed up. They thought I had a head in a bag. It was so ginormous. It was 3 meals for me. And their Cuban is amazing. $5.99 at Value Mart. They're not even a sponsor. I just had to say it. I was that amazed.
You need to tell me where that is. I love a good Cuban.
It's literally on Bardstown Road, like where Mid-City Mall is. It's in Mid-City Mall.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
You're going to love it.
Definitely, I'll check it out.
All right. Would you do me a favor? Let's get. Thank you, John, for calling in. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
Sorry, we fucked you.
My pleasure. Good talking to you guys.
We fucked you out of about 3 minutes. I apologize.
I'll meet you somewhere, and we'll grab a meal sometime once they allow us all to sit down together.
I'm looking forward to it. Please promise me you're paying.
Somehow I always end up. But,
yeah, well, if you eat with Kenny Bolin,
I'll think of a favor for you to, maybe you can get Tracy on Stone Cold's show like you did Dr. D. We'll see.
Tracy Smothers.
Yeah.
And I did get Dr. D on there, didn't I?
You certainly did.
Well, that ought to be worth about 20% of that book sale. So that's cool with me. No, I'll certainly contact him about it. I guarantee you, Steve knows Tracy very well. I'll contact him and do that.
They knew each other from way back, and Tracy has very fond memories.
And Dr. David Schultz was just about. I got to play some of his shit on the what's the show? Morton Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Morton Downey Jr. Oh my God, he's scary, son of a bitch. He's scary. Yeah. He's scarier than Ben Hameen.
check my YouTube Eat Sleep Wrestle YouTube channel. I've got a couple of clips from a Japanese documentary about him as a bounty hunter. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Chris told me about that just yesterday. He wants me to watch it really badly.
I don't want him.
I'll have to burn the full thing for you and bring it over.
And if you want, you can also advertise it in the YouTube comment section so everybody can see
Do you have any copies of David's book?
I do. Yeah, eatsleepwrestle.com. They are autographed. I've got his. I got Tracy's, and
fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chris would die for a copy of David's book. He's fascinated by David, and I've told him the stories of the Memphis days. So yeah, let's make something happen. And if I can hook anybody up at Golden Corral once they reopen, we will do that.
That sounds good.
All right.
Ready.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, my boy. Thank you much.
All right.